CoinMint, welcome to another video, and today I'll be showing you how to make this magic box. If you've been following me for some times, you have seen how effective these zones of interest are. Without further ado, let's get started. So on today I'll be teaching you on how I use the fixed range volume tool, the Fib levels tool, and the trendline tool. So first we do start with the fixed range volume tool. I do use this fixed range volume, okay? So I'll be doing it from a 4-hour time frame. It's better to start with a higher time frame so that you see the overall trend or the overall price trend. Okay, so as you can see now, we have a swing low and the price is currently making a bullish trend. So I'll be picking the fixed range volume profile tool, and I'll be pulling it from the current market price up to the previous swing low. Okay, and once I do that, I'll be identifying key zones or high volume nodes, HVNs, and at this point we do have 3 key zones. We have the yellow line, which is the value area high, the POC or the point of control, the value area low or VAL. So and also below here we have other zones that have like high volume nodes. That's why I have identified this long zone on this high volume node, and then this scalp long zone is on the value area low, where we also have a high volume node. On the POC, it's not necessary right now since the price is currently on the POC, the point of control, meaning the price have spent a lot of time there, and that's where we have like a lot of transactions. On the value area high, I have a short zone because the price is currently trading below that zone. So if the price comes at that level, I'll be expecting it to have a small resistance or a small reaction going downwards. And if I have a signal from CoinMint indicator, that will be like a double confirmation that that zone is giving in. Okay, so at this point you've seen how I've used the fixed range volume to identify key zones using the high volume nodes. And for these 2 levels here, I did pull my fixed range volume profile from the all-time highs to the current swing low, excluding the current market action, price action here. And as you can see, we do have 2 prominent zones. We have the POC, where I have put this zone here, and we have this high volume node here, where I have put this zone here. Okay, so let's go to the second tool, which is the Fibonacci levels. Okay, we do use this Fibonacci retracement tool. It's named after the mathematician who discovered those specific numbers, where in nature, not only in price action, it gives a correlation or a certain type of reaction. So I would pull it from a swing high or the all-time high to the swing low. Currently I'll be looking to see where I'll be looking for shorts or where the sellers are sitting on the move down here. Okay, I have identified key zones on the Fibonacci retracement tool. This is the 50% retracement level and the golden pocket. So as you can see, this short zone here is currently rhyming or corresponding to the 50% level. So I'll just make it a little bit bigger there so that it encompasses that level. And also this other zone here, you can see it is currently exactly at the golden pocket. That's how I know that those zones are not just any zones. There's a reason why price has spent a lot of time there, and there is a reason why the price in future might spend some time there or might give a reaction. And if CoinMint indicator then gives an indication or gives a signal there, depending on whether it's a short or a long zone, then I know for sure that what I was supposed to see is giving in. Okay, so you have seen how I use the Fibonacci tool. I'll pull it from the swing high or the previous all-time high to the current swing low for the downtrend, and for the uptrend here I will pull it from, you take the Fibonacci tool, also take it from the swing low here up to the highest point here. Okay, so the same levels you have seen, I have placed my scalp long zone here and a long zone on this 618 level. The difference between a scalp long zone and a long zone, that means the scalp long zone, the price might not go all the way to all times high. Chances are it will only take this high and then do a retracement. But if the price do retrace deeper here, chances are it might go a little bit further. But that's just my opinion and my style of labeling my different kind of zones, so that I understand if I will be staying on this setup for longer, or if I will hold that trade for longer or for a relatively short period. And then on that tool I do use the trend line, the combination of these three tools, the fixed range volume, the Fibonacci levels, and the trend lines. So on the trend line it's quite straightforward. I do take this tool, okay, the ray tool, one moment, the ray tool here, and turn on the magnetic tool here, and then click on the lowest point here, and then the next low or lower low or lower high depending on where it is. And you need at least two levels, the price to have to touch the ray at least 2 times. Okay, so this is just to make sure that my zones are where they're supposed to be. So this zone, as you can see, it's falling under the trend line, it's also falling under the high volume node, and also falling under the Fibonacci tool. So those are like 3 confluences. We have the fixed range confluence, the Fibonacci level confluence, and the trend line confluence. So this is not just a zone from wazoo or just from thin air I pulled. I have 3 confluences, and it is very likely, highly likely, that the price, when it comes to this zone and the CoinMint indicator gives a signal for a long, it is highly likely that we are going to have a very good setup. The same thing I did with the trend line here, downtrend. So you pick the same ray here all the way to the all-time highs and the second higher low there at least 2 times, and you know if the price comes to this zone it might give a reaction. It is not 100% guaranteed, but chances are it might give a reaction. And also you saw that this zone corresponds to a Fibonacci level. Let me put back the Fibonacci retracement tool again. Okay, bear with me. I'll remove the magnetic tool, Fibonacci tool. So you see this zone corresponds with the 618 or the golden pocket, and also falls on the trend line. Okay, those are like 2 confluences. If we pull again the fixed volume range from all the way high to here, it also sits on this high volume node. So this is very likely that when the price comes here, it's going to face a resistance, and this is going to be our short zone. Okay, a short zone currently, and also this here will be a short zone. Okay, so guys, if you followed, you can replay this video to see how I use the fixed range volume, the Fibonacci levels, and the trend line to create confluences, so that I can wait on CoinMint to give signals on those zones, and then I am more confident that the trade setups that I'm going to take are AA setup kind of trades. So I'll be making a more in-depth video in future showing how I use the negative fib levels to identify other zones where we have where the price have not gone before. Like if the price now breaks the all-time high, where are you supposed to take profit? Where are you supposed to look for shorts? So I will be making that video in future, God willing, and I hope it will be helpful. Thank you guys, and happy trading.